Hello and welcome to Scale Car Garage. Well, we are really close to getting this project over the finish line. We have a couple of things to do. One thing I've never done before. That's going to be fun. But my goodness, let's just get to work here at Scale Car Garage. We've come so far. Let me just try and give a bit of a roadmap as to what we have to do to get this Porsche 356A Speedster on the track. First thing we have to do is finish the driver. And I'm not going to take you through the details of painting the driver, but the driver has been half assembled, painted first, beg your pardon, and I'll show you how it goes in the car, and we'll have to fit the driver to the steering wheel and so forth. The other aspect of this car, and this is something I've been debating for a little while, because I want to make it a sports car that would have raced, say, in Southern California in the mid-50s. And they had club racing like that, and what they used to do was actually paint numbers on the side of the cars. And I've got some great source photos. Not only can you find wonderful photos online, but I have this wonderful book by Tom Burnside and Denise McCluggage. And it has wonderful, wonderful pictures of, there's one incredible picture of a Porsche Speedster race. Boy, I don't even want to add up how much those cars would be worth right now. And they were racing them. Anyway, I've chosen a number, but I'm going to do something that I've never done before, actually. I'm going to try and hand paint the numbers on each side of the car. And that is in keeping with the this car in its time as it would be raced in a club event. They would literally paint the numbers on the side of the car. Or they would use tape. I thought about tape, but I think I'm going to try and paint it. So anyway, that's the plan of attack. So if we can get the driver fitted and the number on the side of the car, let it cure, of course. Plus we have the actual figure that came with the kit to paint and complete, which we can do. So we've got lots to do, so let's get at it. This was the first figure that I guess cobbled together to sit in the car, and to be honest, I really wasn't that pleased with the way that the figure fit in the car. Let me show you why I didn't like, and hopefully you can see that, but the figure was just sitting too far forward. I don't know if you can see that, but you see it not sitting in the seat well, and just was not coming together. So I decided to build another one. Of course, using the same Immense Miniatures head. What a wonderful, wonderful head. But you can see how this body now, look at how lovely that fits in the car, as it should. Just as it should. So we have the body fit in, and it'll have to be adhered to, but we also have to measure the arms, which are painted, like so, to the steering wheel. So that in itself is a bit of a procedure. That's a nice way of putting it. Right. And also, while we were doing the figure, although she has not been fully assembled yet, this is the figure that came with the kit. And I think the figure looks absolutely lovely. Just lovely. And the arms are over here. They've been painted as well, and so this figure is ready for final assembly, which is fine. But I'm really thinking that before we even think about putting the driver in the car and putting the female figure that came with the kit together, I'm going to paint these numbers. And that's why we're at this workbench. And anyway, I hope it turns out well. So let me just get set up so we can start going. We need. All right, so here we are. We're prepared. I have my paint prepared. I have a pencil because I'm going to sketch the numbers on the side of the door first, very, very gently, and hope for the best. Feel free to skip search. I'm going to do this real time. I may compress some of my actions here, but I'm actually going to do this. And let's see how this all turns out. So I've got my magnifying ring here. All right, so I'm just going to sketch my number here, and I'm not only sketching a number, but I'm also sketching the letter F. And I'm just very gently tapping. I don't know if you can see that, but certainly I can. So let's use a fine brush first. Don't want to use too thick of a brush. And see if we can get the numbers on. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. You can see that so far. I'm just doing it with dots right now, and this is total freehand. So let's just smooth out that line, and it might be, I think we'll be okay. Now we do want it to look as if it's been hand painted, which I think it does. Right. There we go. That is exactly what it would look like back in the day. Well, let's try the other side. And it's not meant to be perfect, but certainly the second one turned out better than the first. See what I can do about that. There we are, folks. That is the first time I've ever done freehand numbers, if you can't tell. I'm really pleased with that. They're not meant to be perfect because the cars, as they were raced back in the day, had people just go up and literally paint a number on. I've never done this before. It was total freehand, and I think it really looks quite good. After allowing the painted numbers time to cure, the next step was to place the driver in the car. The completed driver's body and head were glued in place to the driver's seat. The steering wheel was glued in place, and the driver's arms were glued to the driver's body, placing the hands on the steering wheel. We have now achieved the first objective of this build. With opening front trunk and its detailed interior, and engine cover with detailed engine, we have a model for the shelf that is worthy of prominent display. Now it's time to see how the completed car, less the detailed engine, which has been made to be removable, goes around the track. So here it is, folks, the 1955 Porsche 356A Speedster. And it is as it would have looked, perhaps, being club raced somewhere in the United States, whether it might be California or Texas. Anyway, I think it turned out very, very well. So it's time to put it on the track. The completed car has not gone around the track yet. We are really doing this for the first time right now. And I'm just so pleased that I can share this with you. This is for real. Let me put the setup block over here. All right, here we go. Oh man. Wow. Does that ever look great? Okay, we'll just get it to the end here. I was really expecting the front trunk lid to be bouncing up and down like crazy, and the rear engine cover to be bouncing up and down like crazy. I think we can get some, we can do some lap times with this, but we should compare it to something. And what I think we should compare this car to is a Ninco 356A Speedster. Happen to have one. And we can take off its little pedestal here. And it is absolutely bone stock. It has the venerable NC1 engine. Motor, excuse me, NC1 motor. I'm getting excited. NC1 motor. Actually, you know, side by side, they look pretty good. Look at that. You know, Ninco did a great job. They really did. I mean, there's some visual differences. Oh, I see the wheelbase is a wee bit longer. It's wider, but the body seems to be a little longer as well. I thought it was shorter, but it's so overall I think it's a larger car. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some base time laps with the Ninco 356 Speedster. We'll do 15 laps on each lane, and then we'll do 15 laps on each lane with our Speedster, and see what the times turn out to be. Okay? Let's do that. Here's the Ninco 356. We're going to start on the left lane, do the left lane first, then the right lane, and we'll look at our time. So let's do the left lane now. Here we go. Glass over here. And, well, that's the right lane. I'm so used to doing the right lane. Let's do the left lane first, because I usually do the right lane first. Let's do the left lane first. My apologies. This is so fun. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. I forgot how much fun this car is to drive. Whoa! Man, this is fun. What a great car. Oh, yes! Okay, 15 laps in the left lane. Well, let's try the right lane. Oh boy, this is so much fun. Okay, 15 laps in the right lane. Here we go. Man, this car can go. Oh, a little oversteer. Just like the real thing. There we go, 15 laps in the right lane. Man, this is a lot of fun to drive. Well, let's see what the times are. Of course, we did the left lane first. Fastest lap was on the first lap, 8.802. Second fastest was the sixth at 8.834, and the fourth at 8.848. The average was 9.039. I had a bit of a D slot, but I got it back in the slot as quickly as I could. But that's why the average is a little high. On the right lane, 13th lap was the fastest at 8.594. Second fastest was the sixth lap at 8.619. And third was the third lap at 8.663 with an average of 8.826 because I managed not to dislot and kept the car on the track. Wow, I have to tell you, it's a fun car to drive, and well, let's see how our 356 fares. Well, that was the Ninco 356. Now it's our 356 that has to do some time. Well, let's hope I don't smash this into 1,000 bits. Well, but we're going to drive it. We're going to see what this thing can do. So let's go, and we're going to start with the left lane. One last look. No, I'm going to ease into it, but let's see what kind of laps we get with the car. So, that over here. We're going to start off with the left lane as we did with the Ninco. I remembered this time. And here goes. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Whoa. Whoa. This thing really goes. Oh man, I cannot believe that the front trunk and the rear hatch are staying closed. Look at this. It's amazing. Look at it go. All right. There we go. Here we go. Okay, let's push it. Pushing. Look at this thing go. That's 15 laps in the left lane. Wow. Boy, I thought the Ninco was fun to drive. This thing's a blast. Oh, man. It drives as well as it looks. It really, really goes nicely. Okay, so let's try 15 laps in the right lane. I'm feeling a little more confident about it. I'm really enjoying this car. Okay, here we go. 15 laps. Here we go. Wow. Man. That's it. Okay, here we go. Whoa. "15 laps in the right lane." I don't even want to guess what the times would be. I haven't looked. But you know what? Let's look at our times. Oh my goodness, this car runs so well. I can't believe it. So we did the left lane first, and I have to admit, I really took it easy the first couple of laps, and then really got into it and pushed and pushed and pushed. That's why, you know, it took till about lap 4 to really kind of get going. And then, oh my gosh, is this car ever fun to drive? Fastest lap was actually lap 9, 8.704 seconds. Lap 10, 8.758. At lap 4, 8.832. And the average is, well, really kind of high, because I was really a little nervous about it at the beginning, and then just got comfy at 9.980. And then when we moved it to the right lane, oh my gosh, I really got into the groove. Lap 4, 8.576. Lap 1, second fastest, 8.579. Lap 7, third fastest, 8.618, and the average was 8.979. Wow, I am just so pleased. Well, there you have it, folks. I am really pleased, and I want to thank you for being here with me for the build and for the track test and the timing. And oh my goodness, I'm really delightfully overwhelmed. First of all, the car is really, you know, it's as much a model to display as it is to drive and to race on the track. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. And it looks like we made it. Looks like we got it. And I just want to thank you all so much for all the wonderful support, for following this build. And I tried to show as much detail as possible, and I hope it wasn't too much, but as I've said before, feel free to skip search through things and find things that are relevant to you, that might help you in your building. And all I can say is I thank you all so much for watching, for commenting, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for helping me get this done here at Scale Car Garage. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.